All right. What is up, everybody? Let's just say hey to the few that are in here right now. We got Mason, the bearded meb, joining in, Mr. Science Ingredients himself. We have E-Rock in here, Rob Brennan, Chops, Long Island, Bushy Beard, Disney Beersman. How you guys doing? Anybody else that's in here, welcome on in. We got the Sunday Night Heat coming off of a fresh Chiefs victory where Patrick Mahomes was injured. But to shout out to all the Browns fans out there, you guys finally have a team that's arrived and is competent and playable. And I'm excited to see what the Browns do in the future. I think they played really well today. The better, more experienced team won, pulled it out, but the Browns are a young and up-and-coming team, and I'm excited to see for all the Browns fans what they do next year or the year after. I think they're going to do something good. So, what's up, Billy? Mason, how you doing, man? How's your week been with those kiddos?
Oh, not too bad. Been good. Just been dealing with things like my wife said she put in a Sam's Club order online. She comes home. There's some milk and, odds and ends and things for the babies. But then there's also a 7-foot trampoline, which I was like, okay, like I understand. She wanted a trampoline for the kids for Christmas. We didn't give to it. Just like a little personal one that they could go in and bounce. So here we are now. And I just put it up yesterday, and it basically takes over 2 Christmas trees worth of space. So we just got the Christmas tree down last week. We got the trampoline, and it's been fun. I don't know. How do you feel about a 7-foot trampoline in your living room?
Well, I don't know that I'd really like it in the living room per se, but kind of like we talked about earlier. You got twins. You got 2 kids jumping in there. If you go with anything smaller, you're probably more likely to have an injury than if you just have a bigger one with area for them to both jump around separately. That's 3.5 feet per kid. That's not a very big bubble. So I feel like it's probably pretty good that it's a 7.5 foot or 7 foot, but in the middle of the living room, that's a different story. You're just going to have to grab a pillow and join them.
It's hilarious watching me in there and hearing the thing go. It's like, oh man, Daddy needs to lose some weight.
What's up, Russ? How you doing? Yeah, Russ, proud of the Browns. They did really well. It's a hard task to go into Kansas City and beat the Chiefs. You got to think Patrick Mahomes in every season of his career has hosted the AFC Championship game. Like, they're a good team, and the Browns hung with them. It was a really good game. It was fun to watch. What's up, Adam? Joshua, what's up, King Ginger? Who else we got? Oh, Sean. Clint. Oh, my goodness.
What was that? You got the COVID?
That was a sneeze. I don't know. We got the call. The thing that Aubrey was in close contact again. So it's like, can you get COVID a second time? That's what we're trying to figure out, because, we might have COVID a second time running rampant. We'll see. But yeah, whatever. It happens. So
how was your day? I assume you spent some time with the Chiefs, and what else did you get into?
Let's see. I woke up late and kind of slept in. It's not very often I sleep in, so I slept in a little bit, which was kind of nice. Like 8 o'clock. If you consider that sleeping in, which I guess you probably would. A lot of people might not, but I slept in till 8 and then did a Bible study and drank coffee, and then just kind of hung out, and then watched the Chiefs game and worked on a puzzle, because puzzles are fun. I think they're good mental stimulation to just sit and work on some puzzles, and so we did that, and then now this. So it's been a relaxing weekend. I'm a little disappointed that tomorrow's a holiday, just for the fact of 3-day weekends sometimes are killer with kids. As you can imagine. but I'm ready to get, back to work and back into the swing of things. But it just like when school gets all messed up like that, it just throws the routines of everything off, So it's tonight we're gonna have a family meeting tonight after this, do a little family gathering meeting type thing, and then go to bed and get up tomorrow and probably do laundry and nothing really, just laundry and hang out and get ready for work on Tuesday. So what about what about your weekend? Like how does you don't work weekends or do you work weekends? How does your job and your wife's job work with that?
So first off, I just want to be like, notice how big my face lit up when you said two things. I slept in, and tomorrow I'll do nothing. Oh.
Yeah, I can only imagine with twins, like it's for me it's odd, for you probably not odd at this point. But as they get older, it'll get better, I think. And I remember those days of 3 a.m. mornings, and I mean now it's if I sleep until 6:30, it's pretty good for me. But today made it to 8. I was kind of excited, but at the same time, I don't really like sleeping in because I feel like I wasted the whole day. So I don't know. It's
I,
weird.
don't know, I feel like coffee tastes better when you wake up earlier, but then again, it's pretty good when you sleep in too. I don't know.
I mean, when you follow coffee with mimosas, I mean, it's always good to get through the coffee so you can get to the mimosas, right? Like
It's true.
I don't know.
That's exactly what happened this morning. That's fantastic. I mean, the only thing was it was like coffee, mimosas, and cereal, so it wasn't quite the lavish brunch type experience you would expect on a Sunday. But you know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. But yeah, no, I don't work weekends. In this current job, I work Monday through Friday, but I have every other Friday off. So in other words, I work 9/9s. But right now, I'm actually the administrator on call, so I am official or unofficially working for 5 days straight. 24/7 if I'm needed. So luckily, it hasn't been too bad of a week, and I've only gotten a couple things here and there. But that's a price you pay for management. Oh yeah,
There,
get that mood lighting.
we'll fly the. Sean's like, oh, you're not flying the Chiefs colors. I'm surprised. Okay, we will fly the Chiefs colors for the win. I mean, this is supposed to be red, but to me it looks okay. Now it looks a little bit more red. All right. What's in beard? Oh man, go ahead. You go first. What's in beard tonight?
Okay, I actually have I'm trialing out or pre-testing the Magnificent Man by Taylor Beard Co. With the new oil blend as well, and it's really nice. It's I mean, I think someone did a pretty long, extensive review of how much they like the leather scent in that. But I'm enjoying it too. It's pretty nice. It's not in your face. It's pretty subtle, but it's a really nice scent. Oh, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. This is why you shouldn't have carbonated beverages on live streams.
Just let it out.
Let it out. We're all men here, or most of us. Anyways, I'm assuming on this. Some people bring their wives. I don't know. Sorry, wives and children.
I apologize in advance or after the fact.
But yeah, no, that new blend, I'm super impressed by it. This is day 2 I've been using it, and it's been pretty nice. I don't know. I have you tried it out or gotten the opportunity yet?
Nope, I haven't got the new blend yet. So we'll see when I get it, but I'm excited for it. I think it'll be interesting. Or it'll be pretty good. I want to check it out, but I just haven't had the opportunity yet. I'm kind of hung up right now on Captain Stash. I was done testing Friday. I'm wearing it all weekend long. I just love the way that makes my beard feel right now, and the way, not even feel, but like style. The styling is so much better, or so good, I guess. And then I have this scent in that, like I said, my review reminds me like of a cologne my dad wore or something. So it's like I've just been rocking that all weekend, and I feel I'm pretty sure I'm 100%, I'm 99.9% sure it's placebo effect, but I feel like my beard is thicker looking, not as transparent, and like styling so much better. So I don't know. Like it's either that or it's, well, I know the beard product feels good, so it's that. But and then I've been messing around a little bit lately with the Southern Beard Co's wash as well. The only thing like about the Southern Beard Co wash is it is so runny. Like
Oh,
it'll catch you off guard because it's like you tip it upside down and you squeeze just a little bit, and all of a sudden it's like all over the place. So you kind of have to be careful with that and watch out for that. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
yeah.
it's a good wash. It's so.
No, it is.
What's up, Jared? How you doing, man? And Vado, how you doing?
It is a pretty nice
Adam,
wash. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna have Adam. Everything going well, Adam? Just thumbs up in the comments. Everything's good to go. I think we're getting like 2 weeks away here, so kind of excited about that. Adam should be becoming a father very soon here.
That's super exciting.
I believe like February 4th is the due date, I think. So
we still got
what's up,
time.
Mike? How you doing, man? Yeah, so a couple weeks, all good. That's awesome. Got into his new place, so he's got the room now. It's gonna be awesome to see.
Baby room all set. Do we know if he's having a boy or a girl, or we don't know yet?
I'll let him answer that. I know, but I don't know if it's public.
Oh,
so
okay. Gotcha.
I don't want to say. I mean, if he wants to say, he can say. I don't want to just out it.
No, that's fine. It's such an interesting thing. It's all, like when you're setting up the baby room, if you know or if you don't know, or how early you start. Do you just go grays or neutral? And the baby boy, nice.
I mean,
but
like grays are always good,
right?
Boy, girl, no baby, grays just amazing. So, holy cow, we got a new member to the channel, and it's the Captain Stash. See, like now I feel like all the stuff I was saying was good. It's Clint was trying to bribe me. He was sending me messages like, "Go Chiefs! I hope they win this weekend." But he's really like a Pittsburgh fan, so he's like sitting there. I saw right through it. I was just like, "Come on, Clint! Like, you're not gonna bribe, But no, realistically, it was. I think the review was really good for me. We changed up a lot of things from how we've done it, from just kind of new intro stuff, some inspirational music, because like there's times where I'll just throw on music like that in the background in my office, and just like it kind of like pumps you up a little bit, So I was like, I'm gonna throw this in a review and see if like anybody walks away from the review like smiling and in a better mood or anything like that, because I think a lot of things can happen in the brain subliminally, and so it's just kind of like when things like that happen and you walk away like pumped up and in a good mood, like subliminal type things can happen like that. So I wanted to try that out, and then I've been really working on like setting up the studio for more like B-roll shots and things like that. So you didn't enjoy the music selection. I thought it was a little loud for sure, but I ran into like super major editing issues on Friday. But I'm kind of like, I'm like 50-50. I've played with music in the background before, and I don't know if I like it. And then I tried it again, and I kind of liked it this time, but it was definitely too loud. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll keep the music thing up or if I won't. We'll see how it goes. Like, what do you think of watching videos with music in the background?
So I gotta admit, I watched the video earlier today because unfortunately I didn't get to it till now. But I was like, oh yeah, oh, I just digging with it, grooving with the tunes a little bit. There were some points where it kind of touched in and out with your voice. For me, I words kind of get lost in music sometimes. It's probably why I really suck at remembering lyrics.
No, I do too.
But it's like, yeah, sing your favorite song. I'm like, it goes like this.
Yeah.
But no, I personally enjoyed it. I think if we dropped it down a couple notches, it would be very nice.
Yeah, maybe I'll try it like a little bit lower. Like I had it at 30 minus 30 decibels, which is what they say is a good volume, but I felt like it was too loud too. So we'll see. Whatever.
I don't know. It was definitely you've definitely brought the experience, the end user experience up to a different level with that last video for sure. I don't know another way to say it. That's pretty much just what it comes down to.
Well, I think that's what everything is, right? Is experience. Even like, we call them beard product reviews, but they're all still personal opinion, which is my experience with this beard product. And I've thought about changing it from like, Captain Stash review to like Captain Stash experience. And there's ups and downs with that because you're not going to get the traction on YouTube or that you would think because nobody's searching for experiences. They're searching for reviews.
Right.
But I think in like realistically, it makes more sense. Like this is my experience with the Captain Stash. This is my experience with A company or B company rather than this is my review of them. Okay, 13 at half. Okay, cool. So who are we all going for? Who are you guys going for in the comments? Like I think realistically I'm going for the Saints, but I don't know. Like I don't know. Maybe I want. Oh wait, what did I missed one? I think it's annoying to have to change the live chat and video quality every time on YouTube or what? Yeah, the live chat thing is annoying. Like I don't know what they're doing with that to why you have to change it to live chat every time. Like I have it set in my YouTube studio settings for you guys to always be on live chat, but for some reason it doesn't. It's weird. So, hey Matt, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. You'll be in and out. That's all right, man. Camo Cam's in here now too. See, like there we go. We got Turns Wrench in here. I feel like I should know that person. Is it like a brother? Is it your brother? Oh wait, I lost your voice.
I'm just kidding. No, that's my brother.
Oh, there you go.
No,
I was gonna say, can anybody else hear him? And like, oh, this is good. Okay, I was gonna say I knew that name from somewhere, so it's from one of your live streams probably. So, yeah, Matt, hit me up sometime this week whenever you. I mean, tomorrow's an off day, right? Like maybe we can chat tomorrow or something. But Camo Cam, what's up? Sorry about the Colts last week, but we'll let you on the Chiefs train for a couple weeks here. As long as Mahomes is all right, I think he'll be all right. It didn't look like a concussion to me. I mean, they're saying it's a concussion, but he didn't even hit his head really. He twisted his neck weird, and I thought he just like kind of got all weirded, like almost like knocked out. But they're saying it was a concussion. So weird.
I'm assuming he got tackled something.
Yeah, he got tackled around the neck, and it kind of twisted his neck weird, but it didn't look like it'd be anything, but he tried standing up and was so weak-legged, just about fell right back over. So,
oof.
Yeah, it didn't look like a concussion to me. It looked like he was dazed. Like, I don't know. He said he got the wind knocked out of him and blah, 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 but he didn't, they ruled him out for the game, but I guess after the game, they said he passed concussion protocol. So we'll see. I don't know. Browns did what the Browns do and lost. I mean, I thought they played a pretty good game. I thought they played it like smart wise. I mean, they should have lost by a lot more probably. I mean, the Chiefs kicked a lot of field goals. They missed some field goals, and what the Browns messed up was at the end of the game when Henny came in, they let a backup quarterback seal the game, which shouldn't have happened. So. But Henny threw himself on the line for the win, man. That 15-yard run, he threw him in. Hockey's better than football. I definitely disagree, but I do like hockey.
And in other news, the Pens finally won today against the Capitals.
Really? See?
Yeah, the
What's up,
Flyers
Corey? How you doing, man?
kicked their ass for a couple days, or their last two games, and they finally they got their first win today. So they in double overtime. Freaking a.
Well, hey, at least they won.
That's true.
For some reason, I'm just like a Oilers fan, and it's just I have to like a sucky team somewhere all the time, and I guess the Oilers are my hockey sucky team.
Well, it's really funny because uh my brother and we went to a I think they're called the Hurricanes, and I think they're in North Carolina if I'm not mistaken. And they're not like a very well rated team. I didn't even know they were a team until that we went to that game, and it was an amazing game. They got into so many fights and rocked so many just like penalties and not the things. It's the things you would expect from hockey, but not the things you would expect from like the best game in the world. But ended up going into overtime, and it was a really good game. It's amazing what a team can do, even if it's not the best or the most elite team. Sometimes they just make a really good show. So I don't know.
Yeah. So as far as like your channel, what are you working on your channel right now? Are you in the process of reviewing? Are you in the process of doing some scientifical stuff? What are you? I know you're busy with work in the COVID unit and the twins and life. What's up in the beard world other than you said you're testing some tailored man?
Yeah. So I have some tailored beard co stuff that he's going to be. He just did started pre-orders for his scent of the month, and he's working on a release schedule. And Scott and I we talk just about every day. So he's one of my friends. So I'm this was just my first hit on the new blend, and some scents that were coming out, and um, he's gonna start trying to get things out a little bit earlier, and have some reviewers have a whack at it before the actual go live for the scent of the months. So I'm doing that, but that's not necessarily for the channel inherently. But what I'm doing for the channel is I'm not really doing reviews right now because I don't feel like I can give them very good justice with my lack of beard. Um, I can still get a good like feel on skin, and I can feel how soft my stubble is, and when my skin dries out. So that part's nice, but like a really good grasp on feel and beard is definitely an issue right now. But yes, so scientificating some things. What I'm still working on is humectants, emollients, and occlusives, and doing a really good rundown video on that. But it's turning out to be the more and more and more I read, the more and more and more I'm trying to add to this video, and I'm almost going to have to break it down to a video on humectants, a video on emollients, and probably emollients and occlusives. But humectants is just turning into a really big topic, especially when you go into like natural emollient or natural humectants, and then chemical ones, and what does it even mean, etc.
Yeah, see, and I like that stuff. So, but I mean, let's be real. Like, you have more than stubble. It's getting there. Have you since you shaved it? Have you like trimmed it all, or are you just letting it go until they say something?
So no, I haven't trimmed it all. I am getting just my lower neckline a little bit there, but that's about it. No, I haven't really trimmed it all. I I feel like my beard's growing almost a little slower right now for some reason, and I don't know. Maybe it's on par, but I'm just gonna let it go until they yell at me again. I'm tired of not having a beard.
Yeah. But I mean, your mustache is awesome. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that you can do with the mustache. I mean, you can make videos on the mustache and the products that you're using in there because you got a thick mustache that's styling awesome. So, I mean, I think when you smile, it makes your smile even bigger because it
Yeah, it
goes all
does.
the
It's
way up.
insane.
Yeah.
And finally started getting it long enough to be able to get these, my curls to stay in.
Yeah, you can hang like your keys on those things.
Yeah, and I don't even have the I don't even have death grip or anything like that. I have something called Old Country, which not many people know what vintage grooming company is. They just know Death Grip or Sudden Death. They don't know the actual name of the company that makes that product. But they have like a light hold that is, unlike Death Grip, which you have to like take a blow dryer to and a pick to get it out. The one I use, you can just scrape your nail across it and apply it. So that's been pretty nice. But it's definitely low hold. I can move it around and readjust it, but it's nice that it's finally staying in place. I can get that, dapper look. You understand,
Yeah.
You a dapper gentleman.
Sure. What's up, Bam? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. I mean, dapper. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just weird, and I just like to go with what a lot of people aren't doing, I guess, usually. So I just like to be different. But I mean, my company car right now is like the brightest freaking green car you'll ever see in your life.
Does it run yet?
Yeah. So I got it running and I went and picked it up and it was like, oh, the windshield's broken, the wipers don't work, and oh, the license is expired. Oh, the insurance is expired. So I put in a lot of tickets, and like in big corporate world, trouble tickets, you know how that works. It's just, yeah, we'll get to it eventually. So it's like 3 levels up the chain. I'm just like, sitting in my driveway doing nothing, just chilling, making my neighborhood hate me. I mean, the back window says "Smiles for Miles."
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So
current process is waiting for USPS to deliver some decals, and then once those get delivered, I'll take it to a place, have it unwrapped, and supposed to have those decals put on, which they'll just magically disappear in the back of the vehicle, so they don't get put on, and we'll call it a day. And then I'll start driving that thing until it breaks down and I get stranded and I get a new one in April.
I mean, do you get complimentary AAA through the company or something?
Yeah, I mean, I have a roadside assistance thing with the company, so if something happens, like I'll get bailed out, but still doesn't accommodate very well,
Yeah, 3 hours later.
Yeah, see, I mean, I could start charging beard companies to advertise on it. Like, it's just going to be a big advertising mobile. Like, it's driven around. Just send me a big old magnet to stick on the side. Start charging rental space on that thing. I mean, nobody's going to inspect it. Like, the company ain't going to know. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Well, I'm in the middle of the nowhere from my corporate area. So, like, I don't even know the last time I saw my boss.
That's funny. I can only imagine driving the back with like the Captain Stash, Barden, luxurious bastard.
Yeah,
there's a couple names more so than others that would just be interesting.
Yeah, that would be kind of funny, but and the license plate's from Colorado, so it's just kind of like it would probably all make sense anyway. I mean, I just play tourist. Like I love having license plates that aren't in my state because then it's just like, oh, sorry, tourist, my bad.
I didn't know I was supposed to merge this way. My bad.
Yeah, well, we don't really have any like laws in South Dakota. So like I grew up in I mean, we have laws, but like driving things, like in South Dakota, it's just kind of like open, just normal driving. But like, so when I went out of South Dakota for the first time and I went to like Kansas City, like the first time I was in Missouri, I was just cruising along in the left lane and I get pulled over. And he's like, it's against the law to go in the left lane unless you're passing, but you were driving in the left lane. I'm like, oh, well, sorry, I'm from South Dakota. In the South Dakota, we can pick whatever lane we want to drive in and drive in it, as long as I mean, it doesn't matter if we're passing or not, we can drive in the left lane. So I didn't know that law and I got pulled over and then, I just hit him up with, I'm going to the Chiefs game, back off. And he let me go, thankfully. But Yeah, so your birthday's coming up.
Yeah, and then 6 months later, so is yours.
Yeah, so we share like half birthdays every, which is kind of cool.
We're
Um,
halfsies.
so how old are you gonna be then?
30.
Oh, so next year's your golden birthday then, if that matters. I don't know. Like,
But what's golden birthday? 31's golden?
I guess since you'd be turning 31 on the 31st, that's golden
Oh,
birthday, right?
sure. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I didn't know
Yeah.
that was a thing.
I mean, I think it is. It's like Sweet 16. It's like one of those things that girls care about, and so,
No.
um, oh, speaking of Kansas City, look who we got in here. That beer guy, Kansas City. What's up, David? Man, how you doing? Uh, yeah. So we were just talking about how it's illegal to drive in the left-hand lane, I guess, in Missouri, and I got pulled over and talked myself out of. Well, I don't know. You
You,
young cats. Oh
you
yeah.
mean
Well, I'm not young. I'm not 31. What's up, Justin? How you doing, man? I mean, 31. So you're gonna be 30 with
30?
twins. How old's your wife?
36.
Okay. Okay. So she's robbing the cradle, not you.
Yeah.
You're
She's proud to
you're
say. She said she's gonna have to trade me in this year for a
you're
younger model.
cougar hunting. Yeah. Yeah. See, I always told my girlfriends like when they turn 40, I was gonna trade them in for 220s. But that didn't work out too well. Like, obviously, they didn't like that. Girls do not like that.
No. They can always trade you in. You can't trade them in. It's a
It's
double
like a
standard.
unwritten law. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I watched a movie the other day, like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and I feel like I could probably make a movie on like how to lose a girl in 10 days.
Doesn't take 10 days.
I still am in South Dakota. Yes, I'm in South Dakota for sure.
Yeah. My mother's
Where
up
we still
in
haven't had winter yet, but we had 90. Okay, so this week we actually recorded. We recorded 100-mile-an-hour winds in my town this week, and it was nuts. Like we've had signs toppling over, we had semis get blown over, just chilling, And it was like that for 2 days. It was ridiculous. I thought like I couldn't sleep because I thought my house was gonna like blow away or something. I'm like, what is going on? Like the sounds that was coming out of this house, I was just like, are you crazy? And like, so over here on my beard shelf, like the wind moved the wall enough to knock oils off of the beard shelf.
Holy
I was like,
snakes.
this is nuts. And my house is only 5 years old. Like, it's not like I live in a trailer house or something like that that's like old and settled and moved. And, it's like this stuff was like moving my house enough on the second level to like, it was so weird. It was so weird. But like literally, we haven't had a winter yet. It's been, this time of year we're used to like highs around 5 degrees and a bunch of snow on the ground and putting the baby to bed. All right, man. Well, enjoy the baby. I'll catch up with you this week. We got tech stuff to talk about. But we haven't had any snow since September, and it's super weird. We always have snow on the ground. It's been in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And so I'm trying to figure out, like, are we going to get a winter or are we just going to go straight to spring? I don't know. So, yeah, and Casey's experiencing the same thing over there, and he's mid South Dakota. And
that's interesting.
Usually mid South Dakota gets more wind and more snow than like my area. We're usually a little bit milder, but it's been a weird year. Like I was in Pierre last week, and I was surprised that there was really no snow on the ground. It's nuts. It's crazy.
It's cold though, right? I mean, you're still like.
I mean, it's cold. We're getting to the 40s every day, but we're used to it being like 5. We're used to single digits this time of year. January is like the coldest month of the year for us in the single digits, or we might not even get above 0. And right now it's just like we're hitting the 40s.
That's kind of where we're at here in New Mexico. That's kind of amazing.
And that's like freezing for you guys, right? Like you're getting to the 40s and it's like freezing.
Well, 40s as a high. No, we're dropping down into like 17 in the mornings. I mean, because we're high desert, so we don't retain heat because it's nothing but sand, thinner atmosphere, etc. So when the sun's out, it's hot, but when it's gone, it's cold. So
Yeah, see, and this for us is like May weather. And so we're trying to figure out like why it's not so cold. Like I'll take it. Like I hate the cold, but it's just super awful.
I feel like winter's been like shifting from like December, January to February. Now you're gonna have winter in like March this year. It's gonna be
Yeah. Yeah, and like Casey's saying, like our whole state is so based on like the weather. If it's a dry spring, we're so much farm country that it's awful. If it's dry and if it's too wet, it's awful. So getting no snow, like the crops this year are gonna be atrocious. So we'll see. It destroys the economy so hardcore. Okay, so I just got a picture from David of a new build he just did. A computer build. Oh yeah, look at that. Well, you guys can't look at it, but I can.
Is that a centerfold you got there?
Well, it's kind of like a centerfold for me. It's all nerdy and techie stuff.
Yeah, Clint, you're not too far away. That's how your package got here so darn fast. I was like, wow, Clint must have sent this out like priority.
Yeah, some things get like here to me like really, really fast, and some things just sit around forever. I don't know. Like I got no mail yesterday, and then today the mailman comes. I'm like, it's Sunday. When did the mail start delivering on Sunday? Are they just trying to catch up, or have they? Like I don't know. Like I've seen Amazon packages arrive on Sunday before, but I've never seen like actual literal like mail show up. And the mail showed up today. I was like, this is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think they're trying to keep up with the Joneses kind of thing.
Yeah. But there's a lot of cool new tech stuff coming out, so I'm super excited. There's like these backlights are becoming like a really big thing. So like companies are like now coming out with particular lights just for backlights. Camera stuff. I don't know. I got a lot of stuff coming in the mail this week, but it's not beard stuff. It's tech stuff. So hopefully I'll be dropping videos on the tech channel this week. I think I'll be able to get a couple videos out on the tech channel this week and a couple beard videos.
Any word on your 3080?
They have a queue system for the 3080, and I guess I'm 310th on the list. I'm about ready. I'm thinking of canceling the order. I'm not sure. I hate to lose my spot in the queue, but it's $1,000 just sitting there.
That's true. That's
and 310th on the list. Like he's only getting in like 20 a week right now. So we're talking July.
Wow.
I feel like I have a better chance of getting one at Best Buy. So I don't know. The tech channel is just called Tyson Wald. I went straight creative on that one. Just went with my name.
I know someone that works for Best Buy. If you need a hand with that, by the way.
Yeah, have them steal one for me. But the biggest problem is Xbox and PlayStation are using AMD for stuff, so AMD's backed up. And then Bitcoin is the highest it is right now. So all the scalpers are like taking them all for mining Bitcoin. So I don't know. Maybe I need to like start mining Bitcoin or something. Hey, Ron, how's it going, man?
You said you're going to have a spare computer. Just set that thing up to mine all day.
Yeah, I might have to. So what my intentions are to do like a video series on building a computer, a live stream for a live stream a computer build maybe. And then I want to have like this as my editing computer because it's just a crazy beast of a machine. And then have just like a live stream computer so I don't have to switch all this stuff around all the time because obviously you were in the green room tonight when I spent 15 minutes getting everything set up. It's just like, okay, let's just simplify things. But I did a lot of like studio rework this week on, like, I had an auto pole that went from the floor to the ceiling that mounted everything, but I kind of like condensed everything down, and I was talking like with a company this week. They sent me out some tech stuff to review, which basically it's like a little monitor arm that's like this big that mounts to the desk, but it has so many different arms where like my mic is connected to it, my camera is connected to it, my iPad is connected to it, my monitor is connected to it. And so it's like I have 5 things right now connected to this little foot long pole that's mounted to my desk, and they all just swing and move around. But it's super clean on the backside because all the cords run through it. And I was
Wow.
like, hey, this is kind of cool. Like, keep it nice and clean. But then, like Sony has to go and announce a new 35 millimeter lens that's $1,500. And it's like, oh, thanks, Sony. Can we stop making all these tech announcements for a little bit so I can let my bank account recover just a tad? But then new lights got announced by like Aperture announced they're like the biggest light company that there is, and they just announced like a new affordable light that's $250. So I had to pre-order that, and but hopefully that'll help get the tech channel off the ground with being on reviewing some of this newer type stuff that's coming out. But we'll see. We'll see.
So, and you might have said it and I missed it, but did you say what are you getting into this week, beard-wise? Or can you say?
I can say, I just don't know. Let me see what's in the drawer of stuff that hasn't been opened.
Ooh, that's always exciting.
Maybe I'll do JC Grooming this week. Or I've never really done a review on them, and they've been around for a while. But I also have Beard Booze, but I need to check if they're even a company anymore. Because I'm not sure. I've had that package for a long, long, long time, and I've never talked to them. But you don't see a lot of stuff on Beard Booze, so that one might come around if they're still a company. Either that, or I might. It's all in the mail, realistically. Like, I'm gonna do a review on Southern coming up, but that's still in the mail, other than the wash that you sent me.
Right.
And then I'm gonna do like a Beard Gents thing with that new Night Genie that he has. I got a couple of those because I want to try it out. I'm gonna run it for 2 months straight, and do like before and afters, because I want to see, like, he's doing biotin in it topically, so I want to see like if that does anything. I want to put it to the test and see. Okay, like topical biotin. I'm not necessarily a believer myself, but let's try it out and see what happens.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it as a science guy?
So
Topical biotin.
there is nothing to say that topical biotin is going to be beneficial. I think I have a shampoo with biotin in it and keratin. Do I believe that those things actually make a difference when you apply them topically, especially in like a conditioner that's only sitting on your hair for, I don't know how long some people's showers are, but let's just say for the max amount would be 15 minutes at a time. Probably not. Um, uh, and then the only place that it's really going to matter, really biotin, is when we start getting into it increasing hair synthesis. The only place that's going to matter is down at the skin. It's not going to matter at the end of your beard, and those sorts of things. It's going to matter more
Right.
at the hair root. So the amount of absorption is probably going to be a little slim. Now, I will say that it could, if you're taking oral biotin and you're applying the topical biotin, maybe it gives that extra 1 to 2%. But I think if you're taking the capsules of biotin, you're going to see the greatest effect from biotin possibly. Applying it topically, it's only going to be less. So
Clint, you
Kind of my
said you need to build a new one. What are you talking about? Are you talking about a computer? Are you building a new computer? I think, so when we start talking about like things like biotin and CBD, and we're putting them in co-washes or shampoos or conditioners or stuff, like those are all things that you put on and you wash off. So I feel like the effects are minimal because they really need to get to the skin. Now, when we're talking on beard oil, I think maybe it's a little bit different because we're actually rubbing it on and leaving it on for longer amounts of time. So I don't know. I don't know that I'm necessarily a believer in topical biotin, but I'm going to try it out and see. I mean, I think the only way to really know, I think you can find studies that say, yeah, topical biotin works really good. And you can find studies that say it doesn't do anything. So I think the only way is to kind of know, to do it yourself, try it out and see if it works for you. I think everybody's skin absorption's probably a little bit different than the next person's skin absorption. Like I know people that can rub like CBD on their joints or something topically, and it helps their joint pain, whether it really does or it's placebo. I don't know, but it's never done anything for me. So I don't know. I think there's so many things that determine it, but hey, I like the way Beer Gents feels, so it's not really a loss for me to try that out.
It definitely can't hurt. I think that's the biggest thing. Like it definitely can't hurt. I don't know if you're expecting to see like, or not you specifically, but if a person is expecting to see like that extra half an inch a month, you know what I mean? Like I don't know if it's going to do that, but
No, it's definitely.
certainly can't hurt.
Yeah. What's up, Devin? How you doing? Cody, how you doing? Nick, thanks for stopping in, guys. Appreciate you. As far as like, yeah, I mean, if you come in thinking like, oh, this is going to increase my growth by half an inch a month, I think you're unrealistic with that. I mean, if you're growing a half an inch a month, and you can get to, if you average half an inch a month for you personally, and you can get more than that, then I guess it's a win, right? You got more growth than what you normally are doing. So I guess you could consider that a win. If you are getting half an inch always every month, half an inch, and all of a sudden you eat, you still get half an inch, and because you did it for a month, like I guess it didn't do anything. So it didn't hurt you, but it didn't help you. So if you're paying extra for it, then I guess you don't need to do it.
Right.
Okay, wait. I should have waited to eat until after the stream. I was running there for a minute. Stomach. Yeah, I wish I could eat some Casey's pizza right now. That's what I wish. But where's the kib? Kid. What's kib?
We need to know what kib is.
Yeah, KIB kib. I'm trying to put it every possible way to see. Oh, but where is the line of natural growth and biotin growth? Well, I mean, I think the line would be knowing what you normally grow. Like if you keep track all the time of what your normal beard growth is, and then you start using it, like maybe for me, it would be like, does any of this grow in, or does it get a little bit thicker on this line here? I mean, it's kind of before and after pictures, I guess, and then I guess length, but I know generally what my growth rate is. I also think if you've reached a point of, say you've reached a point of like, I've never trimmed my beard, I'm at 6 inches, I've never been able to get it longer than 6 inches, and then you start taking topical biotin or even biotin capsules, and all of a sudden you break that plateau. I mean, it could be something where maybe it doesn't necessarily help your hair growth to grow thicker, longer, faster, or anything like that, but it gets you past a plateau. That could be something that would be considered a successful moment at that point then too. So I don't know. I don't know that I have necessarily. I'm just trying to be open-minded, I guess. I don't know that I vote one way or another necessarily. It's just trying to be open-minded to the fact of maybe it could be something, maybe not. I don't know. We haven't really, and then beard is different than head hair too. So, like maybe there's a difference in soaking up through your face topically than there is on the top of your head. I don't know. I guess we'll find out because people are probably going to utilize it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I know I am. But I mean, if there was that magic thing out there that just said all of a sudden your beard's going to grow, I mean, everybody would take that, and we'd all have these big, magnificent beards that are bushy and flowing, and we'd all be looking like Mac with the cheese with these fake beards, and
oh my
gosh, we'd all have these fantastic, amazing beards. So, running off of coffee, man, that sounds like life. Running off of coffee, you can't complain with that. But hopefully, school's going well, and I mean, Devin. I feel like Devin's in depression a little bit because the Broncos suck. He's in Kansas. He's in Chiefs land, and they're doing good, and he hates seeing that. COVID. He's probably busy with the million degrees and PhDs and doctor stuff and all the stuff that he's getting. So, I think he's just busy as can be, but he puts out amazing quality videos, goes for the cinematic look, which I super enjoy. So I assume he's super busy. But
it's amazing how he can fit all that stuff in. I mean, I cooked when I was in college. That was the thing that I did. That was my extra, my passion, my extra thing. But I don't know how you could possibly. I don't know, especially with his schedule. I didn't do sports either. He's just insane.
Yeah, I don't know either how he does it. I would say a lot of macaroni and cheese. But I've really been getting into the air fryer lately. It's just becoming so convenient. And I think, like we take a lot of things for granted. And I mean, even like we talk about like COVID and 2020 and how, the things, but then you think of like, okay, so DoorDash became really big in 2020. And you don't really, you kind of take it for granted that you can just literally go on an app and order food from whatever restaurant you want and it gets delivered to your house. And you take it for granted until it's 8:00 at night last night and I want to order some food because I'm hungry and I don't really want to feel like cooking. And, so I'm like, oh, you know what? I really want to get one of these things here. And then you load up the DoorDash app and they're like, oh, we're not taking deliveries right now. I'm like, so what are you doing? Like, that's your whole gig. Your whole company is based on delivering food to my door. And now you're not doing it. So, so it's kind of just like made me take it for granted of like that we have the ability now to be able to do things like that. But I don't know.
So didn't you air fry a steak?
Yeah. Air fry some steak.
What is the texture on that? Like afterwards, like is it just like any other steak, or is it like a chicken fried steak at that point? Since you air fried it, I just my brain.
I mean, realistically, an air fryer is just an oven with a fan on it, I guess. And when you look at it, like the technology of it, and you look at it, it's like okay, so it's just got a fan and a heating element, so it's just like blowing the air around in a direction. So, Lakewood, I got family in Lakewood, Colorado. I'm just north of there in South Dakota here, lower southwestern side of South Dakota. But, my sister lived in Colorado Springs for a long time with the military. But, so, I mean, it's just blowing air all around, I guess, and heating it. But, I mean, it's really good. It's juicy. It doesn't dry out. I mean, you can definitely overdo it. You can definitely beard coat it and make it well done in there. But at the same time, if you do it right, you can make a really, really, really good tasting, juicy steak in there. But you got to be on top of it. Yeah, Lakewood. My uncle actually lives in Lakewood, and he works for Coors, big wig down at Coors over there. But he lives at Lakewood. Okay, so what's the score of the game? So I take it the Saints just turned over the ball. Brady has it, and Brady's losing by 7. Is that what I'm gathering based on this live stream? Okay. So 20-13 Saints. Brady has the ball. Got it. No.
He doesn't know. Bucks are down by 7.
Right. So Bucks are losing by 7, but they have the ball now, right? That was what I got out of it.
Sounds about right.
Yes. Okay. And where are we at in the game? It's got to be end of third quarter. Time to get ready for practice. Yeah, Devin, man, you got to hit me up sometime. Let's talk some tech, talk some camera stuff. I got a second camera coming soon. Well, actually, it's in the mail. Should be. I found a deal I couldn't pass up.
Sounds like a problem. So where do you find your deals?
Well, a lot of places have EDU discounts, so knowing somebody that has an EDU email is beneficial. So you hit up an EDU and then they run specials. But a lot of times, Newegg will sell through third parties. So like I picked up a ZV1 that they're normally like $750, and in fact, a lot of places are selling for $800 right now, which is markup price. Wow. I think because of the way that the world is right now, a lot of people want those vlogging cameras and things like that. And so, like when I got my original ZV1, I picked it up for like $650. Okay. So, Medina, not my collab with Biblical Beards, but it was David's, who was with Faithfully Bearded. Long story short, thank you, but hit up David, that beard guy, Kansas City. He's the mastermind behind the scent profile, who was part of this channel for a while, but he came up with the scent with them. There's a Chiefs logo on there, a couple of them, but yeah. Anyway, so I found the ZV1 from like Ted's Electronics for like $550, and I was like, well, I can't turn that down. It's like $200 off of a $750 camera. That's a big percent off. Like, so anyway, it's on FedEx truck somewhere.
Where was that email? Where was that share?
What?
So where was that share of information?
Oh, well, it's still on sale for that price at Ted's Camera. So
Ted's Camera. And
that wasn't even like an EDU discount or anything. That was just a special Ted's Camera was running. I don't know. I'm on so many email lists, like things just pop up and I see it and I'm like, well, that's a good deal. Click, like I just got to get this. Oh, my favorite Captain Stash scent. Captain's Quarters is really good. I'm wearing Admiral's Helm right now because it reminds me of a cologne my dad used to wear, and it might be Brute. Maybe I'd have to go find some Brute and smell it, but it might be Brute.
Yeah, green.
I feel like it's just reminding me of like a scent that was in a green bottle, so maybe Brute. But I'm not 100% sure exactly. Like I'm picturing like a tall, slender, cylindrical bottle, but Brute wasn't a cylinder, was it? It was more. No. But I could be picturing wrong too. Like yeah, like I don't know. Like I haven't been to like my dad's bathroom in like 15 years, so my memory could be a little off.
No, I will say my favorite Captain Stash is the oatmeal stout that he no longer makes. He makes it in a candle still, if I'm not mistaken, but that one was my favorite. So I guess now it would probably be the Admiral's Helm for me. The Calico Jack, though, is really good.
Calico Jack is good, too. Okay, so Tiki has got Brute in his childhood home from when he was 9, and it's still there. So, but like, I really like this Admiral's Helm, some of his newer stuff, scents that he's creating. But his old scents are still really good too. Like all the scents are pretty good. They're really good, but they all changed from the bottle drastically, I think. And I've had other people say no. Like you were doing your unboxing, right? And you were like, no, this smells the same. But then the other one you did, wasn't there one where you're like, no, it smells the same to me, and then the other one kind of smells a little bit different once you warmed it up?
Castaway changed.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
Castaway
Castaway,
pretty hard.
yeah, that was the one where Castaway was the one where I was just like, okay, this smells like a pop gun, like scent right out of the bottle. But when I put it in the beard, I still got a little bit of that, but it still changed quite a bit. Okay, so opinion on CBD oils. And let me preface it with this as pure opinion because I think they can work different for everybody, for different people. I don't necessarily see the benefits of them, of not even CBD beard oils, but CBD topically in general, whether it's for joint pain, muscle pain, or whatever people take it topically for. I have never experienced those benefits, and so I don't know. Maybe I'm not taking enough, or it's just something that my body doesn't necessarily react to well enough. But for whatever I've seen with CBD, even before the beard world, topically has never worked the same for me. Now, orally, I've been able to see some benefits, but not topically. So, and it's the same in the beard world. Like I think the CBD that I've tried in my beard, I don't really notice a difference between the CBD blend and the regular blend for that company. And in a wash, I don't really a wash or co-wash. It just doesn't make sense to me because you're putting it on and you're washing it off within a few minutes. It just doesn't really have enough time to soak in to the skin, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. I think Mason would probably know a little bit more about like a wash side of CBD since you're
Yeah,
more
I would
into that world.
I would say you're pretty much on par. I mean, when it comes down to CBD in general, there's CBD isolate, there's full spectrum, there's like partial spectrum, where you have like isolate is just CBD, full spectrum is CBD with up to 0.3% THC, and then like that almost or partial spectrum, whatever I forget what they call it, is without that 0.3 up to 0.3% THC, so it's completely THC free, but it still has like some of the other cannabinoids in it. Um, and then there's some companies that are using isolate CBD in their beard oil. There are some that are using full spectrum, and the more you use of the plant, the more of the benefits of the plant that you're going to get. I'm going to say that if you're going to use CBD, the best way that you're going to apply it is with a beard oil, probably even over a butter, because butter is not technically for the skin as much as it is for the beard hair. Though I'm sure some people would argue that comment, but oil is definitely for the skin first. So I was going to say, if you're going to do a CBD product, do a CBD beard oil. I also think that we're probably not that companies that are adding 50 milligrams of CBD. You're probably not going to see a huge benefit from 50 milligrams of full spectrum CBD oil in a beard, in a 30-ounce bottle. Now, if it was like 400 milligrams, like you would see like 400 milligram creams and stuff like that, you might be a little bit more down that pathway. But I think a lot of what we're doing now is playing on hype and things like that. I'm not saying that there's no benefit, but because I've heard that straight CBD oil is really good for the skin. I've seen really studies on really soft skin and how it helps in those aspects, but I don't know if we're really using it in that way at this point in time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's been really around long enough to really know, in a beard oil, like what it really can do long term. But I don't know. I don't necessarily to me, just basically going off a feel, like I don't feel a difference between the CBD oil and the regular oil, and that's just me personally. I know some other people think that, and I know some other people say it feels way better. So, again, it probably goes back to porosity of your beard hair and what oils tend to work for you and what don't. Because I think if the regular oil feels a certain way, I don't think CBD is necessarily going to feel too much of a different way if that's still using the same base with CBD in there. I think if it still feels, it's still going to go on the porosity, and then CBD oil has got its own weight and feel to it in general too. A lot of times it's cut with coconut oil or something like that. So it all depends on, again, full spectrum versus isolate and how it's cut, the manufacturer, like strain probably at some point too. Like, are you getting, what strain is the CBD coming from? I don't know. I think it'll get better and better and smoother down the road, and as time goes on. All I know is, for me, I don't really feel a big difference, and I haven't used it long enough to see if it produces a difference in my beard as far as like growth or filling in areas, because it doesn't feel as good to me as some of my other companies that I really, really like. So when I have a preference or a choice on an oil to use, I tend to go with a few of the companies that I really like versus a CBD oil. That's just personal preference and what feels good to me and in my hair.
That makes a very good point. I think that finding the right carrier blend or the right company with the right carrier blend for you overwhelms a company with CBD in it that might not be the best oil for your hair. I definitely think that's entirely true, and it's actually funny because CBD, even full spectrum, when they get it, it's when you get it from a manufacturer, it's not an oil, it's crystal. It's crystalline. It's a powder. So they can actually, even without cutting it, just put the powder in with it and mix it up themselves in a large batch. So just in case, because I didn't know that either. I thought it was like dabs, like a liquid or something like that came out of the plant, but they actually crystalline, make it into a crystal, and then put that into oil and all the other jazz. So that's why all CBD oil is like, tincture or whatever is just like MCT or hemp or some sort of carrier oil with this crystalline stuff mixed in it to a point to where it doesn't saturate, and crystallize out.
Yeah. And it's just personal preference, I think, again. I think if it was like a miracle thing or anything, it's another carrier blend that can be good for some people and not for another. Again, it all goes to how does it feel for you. And so I think everybody should try it and see, because I think the benefits of CBD topically, orally, are still different for everybody. And I think if you notice and it's a game changer for you, then awesome. If you don't, then don't do it again. The same as any other carrier blend, you really need to find one that works for your particular beard and then play with it from there and see. So, yeah, see, teach a man not to shave for a day, for a lifetime the beard will grow. There you go. Yeah. I've been growing my beard. I've been letting it grow basically for over 2 years now. Yeah. And, there's still spots that are filling in for me, like a little bit thicker. Like I definitely noticed right here lately is creeping up a little bit more and getting a little bit thicker compared to where it's been in the past. But I don't attribute it to anything other than just proper beard care over the time and more water and I don't know. I'm not working out nearly as much as I was before, so I don't think it has anything to do with that.
No, but I will say that growing my beard this time, my cheeks are a lot more filled in than they were the first time that I did this, like about a year ago. And I don't know if that's just, for me, it's definitely not less stress. But I don't know if that's because of biotin or because I had let my beard grow for so long, and then all I did was just trim it. I didn't really like clean shave, so I don't know. But so what?
Yeah, I would say like I probably have less stress over the last month or two since I've but I mean I wouldn't say this in 2020 in general. I mean I went through a divorce and my daughter not having daycare, so I had a 8-year-old tugging at my hip 24/7 trying to work. So I don't necessarily know. I mean, I'd say I've been less stressful the last couple of weeks, or last couple of months. Let a lot of things go personally, and so. But I don't necessarily think. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know stress can definitely help or hurt, but I wouldn't say anything's been less stressful. So I can hide specific results. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Mason would be the one on the blood, maybe on that. I don't have any.
To read more. If you guys have specifics or anything that you're thinking about, I can do research on it and find out. Blood. My understanding it will affect A1C. I can look into biotin and A1C. I'll have to get back to you next week on that one. We can certainly touch on that, but because all your A1C is basically you have your red blood cell, and then you basically have your sugar coating, and an A1C measures how much sugar coating is on that red blood cell. So it's interesting concept there, but feels like Bucks are taking control of the game. So who did you want to win this? Saints? Tyson?
I don't know that I really care. I think this. I don't. I mean, I just really want whoever wins to beat Green Bay. I don't want to see Green Bay in the Super Bowl. So, and whoever wins this game goes to Green Bay to face the Packers, and then whoever wins that game goes to the Super Bowl. So, whoever wins just needs to beat the Packers. But yeah, I mean, Ken wouldn't agree. He's a huge Packers fan, but I don't like the Packers. So yeah, I mean, and stress plays a ton of roles into things, and I think just for everybody, just there's a lot of things that stress us out, whether it be work, life, or anything like that. But there's a lot of things that stress you out that you can let go, and yourself. I think there's things that happen in everyday life or communities in any situation that you hang out with that can affect you, the way people treat you, the way work treats you, the way friends, who you hang out with, who you're around, what you let bother you. And there's times where I think you just have to step back and just be like, control the controllables. Like, what can you, if you can't control a situation, don't be stressed out about it and try to just let it go. And I know that can be so hard in certain scenarios, and I don't want anybody to think like I'm saying, oh, that's super easy just to let it go. But there is situations that you can't control, and you have to just let those things go and not stress you out and just go along for the ride and understand that you're going to be okay and you're going to get through it. And, like Cody said, give it to God, let it be, and let him handle it. And he's going to handle it the right way. So the Chiefs need to be careful with the Bills. They're no joke. Well, they already beat the Bills once, but they are no joke. I mean, they beat them once. It's hard to beat a team twice. We beat them in Buffalo, but now they have to come to Kansas City. And the thing about the Bills is they're a young team, right? So Josh Allen, this is all new for Josh Allen. I mean, he hasn't been in a big spotlight like this, and they build up a ton of pressure on him because this is the first time the Bills have been in the AFC Championship, this and this and this. And um, I don't, I don't care how experienced you are or anything. I mean, you're going to play it one of two ways. Josh Allen's either going to go in with like, I'm the guy, I need to beat Patrick Mahomes in his home place, or he's going to have a little bit of fear and scaredness and nervousness because he's going in against the Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City, who's been to the AFC Championship every year of his career. Like, it depends on how Josh Allen, I think, mindset comes in. I think I like Josh Allen. I have nothing against him. He went to Wyoming, so I kind of root for him. Actually, he's a local boy. It's good to see like Wyoming football players actually make the big time, and so I think it's just one of those games I can't root for him. I'm sorry, but the Chiefs have to go to the Super Bowl again. Like, we have a dynasty to create compared to what Brady did. So, and that's a tough task in itself.
You're getting me invested, man. I'm gonna have to root for the Chiefs.
We just built a Chiefs fan. See? No. Yeah, I mean, you take it for as long as you can get it because everything in this world changes so fast. So while you're on top and you're doing good, you have to soak it up and really enjoy every minute of it because it can change. I mean, it can change like that. I mean, you get tackled wrong and it could end your career, and which one person goes down on a team, and that could be the team. There's a reason. So you drive through Wyoming all the time. Do you ever get into South Dakota at all? Like, I'm right on the Wyoming border, South Dakota-Wyoming border, but it's, when there's no reason to go to Wyoming. Not really. I mean, there's some stuff, but living in South Dakota, you're just kind of like, yeah, there's no real reason to go to Wyoming. Except for, let's see. There's good snowmobiling in Wyoming. There's Yellowstone in Wyoming, and they pay extremely well because nobody wants to be there. So like, if you're a teacher, first responder, nurse, anything, you're going to get a huge raise just by moving over into Wyoming. So
really?
Yeah.
You don't say.
Because not a lot of people want to live in Wyoming, so they pay super, super good compared to anywhere else. So I drove out of the hills and ended up in Wyoming before. Yeah. Well, I mean, the Wyoming border is like right in the middle of the Black Hills. Like, you can snowmobile, start in Spearfish, South Dakota, in the Black Hills, and snowmobiling, and then all of a sudden, oh, you're going into Wyoming. Like, oh, cool, thanks. If you ever get up in the Rapid City area, Cody, let me know. We'll have to meet up for lunch or something when you're up in South Dakota.
So.
But I should call it quits here. We need to have a family meeting and some dinner and get the kid to bed. Do you have anything else that you want to discuss? 7. What?
I said you haven't eaten yet? It's 7.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, I was watching a football game and then getting ready for the live stream, so.
No.
Oh, so your brother was here last summer.
Yeah, he visited the the mountains and everything. Yeah, he lives up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, so it's not too.
Okay. So I go to Minneapolis for work all the time.
Oh yeah.
And then Minneapolis comes over to South Dakota sometimes for vacation stuff, but yeah, I mean, I love meeting people, and like, I know Bushy, Casey, he lives in South Dakota, mid South Dakota. Like, we might have to do a South Dakota meetup. We're getting some Midwesterners around this area and do some meetup with, I guess, face masks and stuff. I don't know. South Dakota doesn't really care about that. We're not even social distancing here anymore, it seems like. Go to a restaurant and all the tables are open and close together again. So welcome to South Dakota, where we don't social distance. We just believe in doing whatever you want.
My goodness. Anyway, yeah, I'll let you get to your family meeting. The only thing I want to say is I'm really happy about the stress reduction. It's an awesome thing, and maybe we can talk more about what we're doing for stress reduction next time.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. I know with twins and your job and things are stressful for you, and we've talked about that a little bit over the last few days, and I think it'd be cool to definitely talk about different ways to handle stress, mental health and things like that. So that would be super awesome. I am literally 20 minutes from Mount Rushmore. So there you go. If you ever come, you got a place to stay. But don't come like July or August because that's like tourist crazy hotel rooms. Everything's nuts. But so maybe, yeah, we can take some notes and do some stuff, and maybe we'll come back next weekend, talk about stress reduction. I might need it after the AFC Championship. I might need some stress reduction. I don't know. So we'll come back next week, talk about mental health and stress a little bit, and maybe we can get an answer on the A1C biotin reading and some stress. So that'll be good. So until then, we'll be doing our research. You guys come back next week for some answers, and have a fantastic week.